Welcome to a special edition of Cinema Cycle. Today is September the 11th, 2016. That special day that will live in America's hearts for generations to come. But we're not going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about the random media generator giving me a gift tonight. That gift is tonight's movie, which is a bit unusual because this is a Sunday night, and usually I would do this on Monday mornings. But when I found out that this was going to be the movie, and it's a 2-hour long movie, I decided to kind of like make it a special event and do it on Sunday night at 9 o'clock in the evening. In case you have not figured it out by now, tonight I will be watching Cinema Paradiso. Without a doubt, on my top 10 list of all-time great cinema. If you haven't seen it, just go see it. I'm really not going to try and give you a rundown of it. It's so complex and so eloquent and so beautiful that I can't really do it justice. But this is going to be a good night because I have not seen this for a while. I've seen it, I think, twice in my lifetime, but I haven't seen it in over 10 years. This will be the first time I've seen it on a really nice television with a really nice sound system. It's got a really good soundtrack. Unfortunately, this is the Cinema Disc collection. I do not believe this is in the original aspect ratio. I'm going to get a bit techie here, but I remember when I first saw this, it came out in a theater. I was in college back in the 80s. And I saw it in its original theatrical release in widescreen, and it was just an absolutely gorgeous film. It's like an Antonelli film. It's like a Fellini film. And I think all the subsequent versions of it have been somewhat cropped, and I think this is also a cropped version. But you know what? When it comes to Cinema Paradiso, I will take what I can get. This will be an exceptional Cinema Cycle experience. I already know it, and I'm already giddy about it. Yeah. Okay, a little beer here. 2 hours later. Yes, definitely one of the top 5 movies of all time on my top 10 list. A great film. Just to let you know, I kind of watched this again because I've seen it several times, so I kind of knew what was going to happen. So about halfway through it, I switched to the analog track on the Laserdisc, which was the English subtitled version, so I could just hear it, not really have to read it. Best way to see this movie is to read the subtitles and listen to it in Italian. It's a much better film, but I've already seen it several times, so I was just kind of watching it, critiquing how it was done, camera angles, wonderful cinematography, that kind of thing. And what obviously came across here was that if you don't cry at the end of this movie, you are a brain-dead zombie. And you need to have your brains blown out with a shotgun. I mean, this is like a Voight-Kampff test in Blade Runner. If you don't have some kind of emotional response at the end of this film, you are brain dead. Pay attention. Okay. That said, a great film. Basically, having seen it several times, what really comes across on multiple viewings is that it's just a history of cinema, and it's just a love of the cinema, and how there was a time in many countries back in the 30s and 40s when there was no mass media. Everybody went to the movie theater on a Saturday, and they spent all day there for a quarter or something and just watched, you know, this group therapy, which was, this is how society behaves and this is what we do. And it was like a big community television. And so everybody watched the same thing. And this is just that kind of thing in Italy back in the 30s and 40s. And very well done. It hits on so many chords, so many themes. Just an excellent film. Yeah, cinema. This is what it's about.